Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time we're going to be doing it on Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 1 Core for May or June 2022. Question 1. Write the number 103,806 in figures. So we just need to write it in figures, which means numbers 103,806. That's the answer. Question 2. A. Measure the length of the line AB in millimeters. So I've measured this on a paper and I've actually found the answer to be 86 millimeters or 8.6 centimeters. B. Mark the midpoint M of the line AB, which is this line. So we know the length of the line, which is 86 millimeters, and that's actually 8.6 centimeters. Now the midpoint is at the middle of the line, which means it's halfway through the line. Halfway through the line is 8.6 divided by 2, which is 4.3 centimeters. So you need to measure 4.3 centimeters on a ruler and place a point there. In the ruler, whatever shows 4.3 centimeters, you need to put it there. And now we can just mark this point M. C. Draw a line through M that's perpendicular to the line AB. Let's first mark the 2 points A and B. Now take your compass. Extend the compass so it extends more than half of the line length. So it should extend from the point A over the midpoint. So without changing the compass length, draw two arcs from point A above and below the line AB and do the same thing from point B, like this. And now simply connect the dots, which are formed by this point and this point, the two arcs intersections on both sides. That's the answer. Question 3. Simplify 3x minus 4x plus 7x. 3x minus 4x is equal to negative x, and add 7x we get 6x. That's the answer. Question 4. Work out the area of a rectangle as 9.5 meters long and 6.8 meters wide. So the area of the rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Breadth is the same thing as the width. That means it's 9.5 into 6.8, which is actually 64.6 meters squared when calculated. That's the answer. Question 5. The probability of picking a red sweet from a bag is 0.05. Find the probability of not picking a red sweet. So first thing we need to know is that the total probability is always equal to 1. Now the probability of picking a red sweet is 0.05. So the probability of not picking a red sweet will be 1 minus 0.05. That's equal to 0.95. That's the answer. Question 6. So you have this diagram. Match the bearing of point B from point A. So where are we going from? We're going from point A, which means we need to measure the angle at point A. Go always in the clockwise direction from the north line. That means we measure this angle. And if you measure that angle correctly, you get 142 degrees. That's the answer. Question 7. Work out the value of mk cubed by the square root of 3 when m is equal to 4 and k is equal to 7. So when m is 4 and k is 7, we can substitute these. That means 4 into 7 cubed by root 3. Now let's do that on our calculator. Here we go. 4 into 7 cubed. 1372. And divide by root 3. Divide by the square root of 3, which is 1.732 approximately. That's equal to 792.12 to 2 decimal places. That's the answer. Question 8. A box in the shape of a cuboid has volume 357 centimeters cubed. It has a length of 8.5 and a width of 6 centimeters. Calculate the height of the box. The volume is equal to the length into breadth into height. The breadth is the same as the width. That means that volume is 357 centimeters cubed length is equal to 8.5, breadth is equal to 6, and we need to find h. This is quite simple. Now 357 is equal to, now what's 8.5 into 6? It's 51 and multiplied by h. That means h is equal to 357 divided by 51, which is equal to actually 7 centimeters. That's the answer. Question 9. PQRS is a quadrilateral. RST is a straight line. Find angle PST. Angle PST is this angle. So to find this angle, we need this angle. And how do you find this angle, which is angle RSP? We know that this PQRS is a quadrilateral, and the angles in a quadrilateral are up to 360 degrees. Therefore, angle RSP plus these three angles is equal to 360 degrees. And angle RSP will be 360 minus these three angles, which are 73, 129, and 75 degrees respectively. That's equal to, if you calculate it correctly, 83 degrees. And angle PST is equal to, because it's on a straight line with the angle RSP, 180 degrees minus 83 degrees. Why? Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. It's mentioned RST is a straight line, by the way. So 180 minus 83 is equal to 97 degrees. And that's angle PST. Just label that. That's the answer. Question 10. These are the masses in kilograms of 12 parcels, and the masses are given over here. A. Complete the stem and leaf diagram for 12 parcels. First thing we need to see is the key. 0/3 represents 0.3 kilograms. That means 0/4 represents 0.4 kilograms. These two are already done. Next, are there any more with starting with 0, which means 0 point something? Yes, there are two more, which are 0.7 and 0.8, which I shall cross out now and fill in the numbers 7 and 8, since they are the second digit or the decimal place in the number here. So 0/7 is 0.7 and 0/8 is 0.8. Next, the ones which start with 1. There's two 1.1s, two 1.2s, 1.7 and 1.8. That means we can fill in 2 1s, 2 2s, 1 7 and 1 8. And likewise we can cross out all of these. Now we are left with two more, which are 2.1 and 2.3. That means 1 and 3 can be filled in the 2 row, and you can cross out all of them. Now we've completed the stem and leaf diagram. B. Find the median. So the median is the middle number. And in 12 parcels, because it's an even number, therefore there will be two values which will be at the middle in the ascending order, and they can be converted to one value by taking the mean of those. So two middle values. So first let's cross out all the numbers starting from first to last, like this. Yep, we've crossed out 5 on each side, and now we're left with 1.1 and 1.2. That means 1.1 plus 1.2 by 2. That's equal to 1.15 in kilograms. That's the answer. Question 11. The grid shows point P and point R. A. Write down the coordinates of point P. We can see over here, point P is at an x value of -1 and y value of 4, which means -1, 4. B. PQ with an arrow here that represents a vector is equal to 3, -2. Mark point Q on the grid. Vector means the distance traveled by something to get from point P to the point Q, which is somewhere. So 3, -2 means you move 3 steps right and 2 steps down because negative. because this always stands for x and this always stands for y. That means 1, 2, 3 steps right, 1, 2 down. It's at this point, which is 2, comma 2. You can mark it over here as point Q. C. Find QR vector, which we need you to find the distance from Q to R in values of x and y. We're going left from Q to get to R, and we're going downwards as well. So left we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. That's 6 left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Because left and down, they're negatives. That means minus 6 for x and minus 5 for y. D. Complete the statement. PQ plus QR with vector signs is equal to dash. There's also a vector since there's neither over there. So PQ plus QR. The same thing can be done with a different path by going PR. Whatever way you go from P to R, it's just a different path in both ways. Still, the starting point and ending point are the same in both lines. That means PQ plus QR is equal to PR. Question 12. Simplify a y cubed divided by y power 5. Because we're dividing, we actually subtract the powers. Note that these two have the same base. Y to the power of 3 minus 5, which is equal to y power minus 2. B. 7x to the power of 0. X power 0 is always 1. Therefore, it's 7 into 1, which is equal to 7. That's the answer. Question 13. The scatter diagram shows the number of visitors and total amount spent in thousands of dollars in a zoo on each of 8 days. A. On one of the 8 days, there are 410 visitors. Find the total amount spent by visitors during this day. On one day, there are 410 visitors. That means you see the number of visitors column here. 410 is over here, and when we go up, it's over here. So there's an x there. And on the y-axis, where does it come? 27. So 27 into 1,000, that's $27,000 spent by visitors. B. Information for the 9th day, which is not given here, is shown on the table. The number of visitors is 175, and the total amount spent in thousands of dollars is 9. That means $9,000. Plot this info on the scatter diagram. So 175 visitors comes right on there, and $9,000 is right here. So we can simply plot a point there and mark an X on it. C. Draw a line of best fit on the scatter diagram. A line of best fit goes through at least 3 points. So it can be greater than or equal to 3 points. It goes through. And to go to the most number of points possible on the scatter graph. Over here, the line of best fit is something like this. And why? Because it passes through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points exactly, and it's very close to the other 4 points. D. On the 10th day, the total amount spent is 22,000. Estimate the number of visitors on this day. So 22,000 means it comes over here. Going to a line of best fit, it comes right around the 330 visitors range. And that's what we can estimate. 330 visitors. That's the answer. Question 14. A. Calculate the height h of the triangle. We can actually do this easily using Pythagoras' theorem. We can see that this full length is 4 centimeters. That means half of it, this length, is equal to 4 divided by 2, which is 2 centimeters. So the Pythagoras theorem states that this side squared plus this side squared is equal to this side squared, or the hypotenuse squared. So that means a squared plus b squared is equal to hypotenuse, or c squared. And that means 2 squared plus 8 squared is equal to c squared, or 5 squared. 2 squared is equal to 4, and 5 squared is equal to 25. That means 8 squared is equal to 25 minus 4, 21, and h is equal to root 21. And let's use a calculator to find that. square root of 21 is equal to approximately 4.58 centimeters. That's the answer. B. The triangle is one face of a square base pyramid. On the 1 centimeter square grid, draw a net of this pyramid. So first thing, if it's square base, that means the bottom side is always the same. That means the bottom one, which is a square, it's 4 centimeters in length. And we can draw 4 centimeters near the middle. Square 4 centimeters, it looks something like this. You can actually draw it just somewhere near the middle, so you'll have space for the triangles, which will be going something like this. So the triangles, they have a length of 5 centimeters, like this. But this length we found here is 4.58 centimeters. That means we need to calculate that height, which is 4 plus 0.58, something there. Place a point there. And now draw the two lines to make a triangle. We can do that on all 4 sides of the square. That'll make it look something like this. And in that, we can just write the measurements, 4 centimeters, and these 4 sides are equal. And then this one's 5 centimeters, and the 8 sides over here are equal, like this. That's the answer. Question 15. Factorize completely 18px minus 27p. We need to take the common factors out. So the common factors, because it's 18 and 27, we can put that as 9. There's also a p common factor, so 9p. And then multiply by 2x minus 3, because that's all that's left inside. 9p into 2x minus 3. Question 16. The nth term of a sequence is n squared minus 1. Find the first 3 terms of the sequence. So the first term is when n equals 1. So when n equals 1, 1 squared minus 1 is equal to 0. That's the first term. Next, when n is equal to 2, 2 squared minus 1 is equal to 3. Second term. When n is equal to 3, 3 squared minus 1 is equal to 8. That's the third term. Question 17. The diagram shows 2 right-angled triangles ABC and PQR. A. Complete the statement with a geometrical term. Triangle ABC is dash to triangle PQR. So if you can see, these two sides are corresponding on both triangles and they're equal. They both also have a 90-degree angle. Therefore, we can already say that these two triangles are the same. There's no change in the length, or they are congruent. B. Calculate angle ABC, which is this angle here. Now, we can actually use trigonometry to solve this, since this is a right angle triangle. Now, we have the hypotenuse and we have the adjacent. Why is it the adjacent? Since it's right next to the angle here. So which formula of SOHCAHTOA actually uses hypotenuse and adjacent? It's CA, right? CA means cos x, which is the angle, is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. And cos x is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, 7.3 by 9.2. So get our calculator out. 7.3 divided by 9.2 is equal to 0.7934 ... Now x is equal to the cos inverse of this number. And now when we do the trigonometric function, we get 37.488 degrees. That's the answer. Question 18. Find the LCM of 32 and 40. So what we can do is make a function machine 32 and 40. Now we can divide by prime factors and only prime factors. 2 makes it 16 and 20. Another 2 will make it 8 and 10. Another 2 will make it 4 and 5. And after that, there's no more common factors between these two numbers. Now we can simply multiply all the numbers here and here. So that's equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 4 into 5. When you get that, it's actually 160. That's the answer. Question 19. Joe thinks of a number and trebles it, which means multiplies by 3 and subtracts 5. The result is 22. Write this equation in terms of n and solve the equation. So Joe thinks of a number n. He trebles it, which means multiply by 3n, and subtracts 5. The answer is 22. Now we formed an equation, now we can solve it. That means 3n is equal to 22 plus 5, 27. N is equal to 27 by 3, which is equal to 9. That's the answer. Question 20. Find the gradient of line L over here. So first, let's find two random points on this line. Let's take these 2 points here. And let's label them as A and B. So point A is actually -1, 0, and point B is 0, -2. The gradient can be represented with the letter M. Gradient, or M, is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This means the y of the second point minus y of the first point by x of second point minus x of first point. So second point is B and first point is A. Let's take that. It's equal to -2 minus 0 by 0 minus 1. It's equal to -2 by 1, which is equal to -2. That's the gradient. That's the answer. Question 21. Dominic has 30 students in his class if they are right or left-handed. 7 students are left-handed. Work out the expected number of left-handed students in the whole school of 960 students. So 7 by 30 are left-handed. We can easily see that from Dominic's information. 30 students, 7 are left. So 7 by 30 are left-handed. And that means 7 by 30 into 960. And now we can cancel out some things. We get over here 32. 7 into 32 becomes 224. That means 224 students out of 960 are actually left-handed. That's the answer. Question 22. Without using a calculator, work out 4 by 6 minus 7 by 8. You must show all your working and give your answer in simplest form. So first, let's convert these to improper fractions. 25 by 6 minus 15 by 8. Now let's take the LCM of 6 and 8. 6 into 4 is 24, and 8 into 3 is also equal to 24. Therefore, the answer is 24. So we can take a common denominator, 24. Now we multiply 6 into 4. We need to multiply 24 into 4 as well. That's equal to 100. Now we just minus. Now we multiply 8 into 3. We need to multiply 15 into 3 as well. 15 into 3 is equal to 45. So 100 minus 45 by 24, which is equal to 55 by 24. And that's actually equal to 27 by 24. That's the answer. Question 23. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. 4x minus 3y equals 26. 5x plus 6y equals 13. First, let's make one of the x values or the y values the same. There's 1 and there's 2. So we can actually multiply equation 1 into 2 to get 8x minus 6y is equal to 52. Next, we can take this one and add it with the second equation. So let's call this as 3, and now we can do 2 plus 3 to cancel out the y's. 5x plus 6y equals 13. 8x minus 6y equals 52. We can add these. That means 13x is equal to 65 and x is equal to 65 by 13, which is equal to 5. We substitute x equals 5, we get 4 into 5 minus 3y is equal to 26. I'm using equation 1 over here. That means 20 minus 3y equals 26. Minus 3y is equal to 26 minus 26. Y is equal to 6 by minus 3, which is equal to negative 2. That's the answer. So x equals 5, y equals negative 2. With that, I've come to the end of my video. Please like this video if you learned something new from it. Subscribe to our channel. Share this video with your friends and family. And comment on what you think this video was and what you think you would like us to upload in the future. With that, I come to the conclusion. I see you in my next one. Bye.